The weirdest bug is happening where I load in the song and like I can't rename tracks or duplicate or do any like key commands in Ableton. I can't even like right click and whatever. All right, we're doing FM. It's FMA time, part two. Jauz, feel the volume, another request. It's great. It's awesome. I give this recreation a 9.5 out of 10. Let's A-B the two tracks together. See what we got. This is so I A-B in the beginning so that you quickly know whether or not you're like, oh, I'm going to stay and watch the video. So the top one, the audio is obviously the original, and the MIDI is obviously MIDI. Here we go. Oh, first I'm also going to lower the volume of the whole shebang because this song is super fucking loud. Here we go. Oh my god, this is a joke. I'm leaving that glitch in there because Ableton's killing me right now. You're killing me, Ableton. Why are you doing this to me? I'm trying to make a video. Alright, we've lowered the volume. We're ready to go. Alright, let's A-B again now. So 9.5 out of 10. I think it's really spot on. So yeah, I think we're gonna have a good time. Okay. So let's just start over here because Ableton's not letting me duplicate things or anything, and we're just gonna start over. Great. So first things first, I just lowered my master transpose down 2 octaves so that I was in like the bass range really easy. I don't really know. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Okay, to the operators in the expert tab, let's start creating the sound. The first thing that I did here is I made operator F have a ratio of 0.5. So just a quick overview of what this whole ratio thing is, really, really fast. It's just an exponential tuning system that goes by harmonics, like the harmonic series. So if 0.5 is my fundamental, if I double that, I get 1, and then it exponentially goes forward. So like it's the next thing in the harmonic series. It doesn't work by octaves, it doesn't work by linear semitones, it works by the harmonic series. Like if you load up a saw wave and you take every harmonic in that saw wave and you run through the ratio with every number in the ratio, every whole number in the ratio minus 0.5, you'll get every harmonic in the saw wave. Anyway, if I have the ratio of 0.5 as F here, and all my operators that are going to be my modulators here, messing with my carrier, are going to be an octave higher, we're going to get a really nice square wavy timbral structure occur, which is exactly what I want for this sound. I hope that makes sense. Just one more time. When my E operator is now a modulator going into F with a ratio that is 1 harmonic series higher than the carrier, we get a square wave timbre relationship start to form. And you can even see that here in the spectral page. E is 1 harmonic series higher. We get a square wave relationship begin to form. A nice soft square begins to form. Awesome. Awesome. So the first thing that we should do here is we should set up our amplitude envelope, right? Because we're messing with the carrier. And the carrier is going to carry our sound out, so that's the amplitude envelope that we're going to mess with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bit of release on the sound because I just hear that in the sound. I'll adjust the curvature of the envelope here. I mean, we can't really hear the sound right now because it's just a sine wave, right? We're messing with FM and it's all sine waves. It just hiccuped. The next thing I can do is go in here and kind of create a little bit of like a swoosh happening. Something like that. And what that's going to do is just kind of give me that little bit of swoosh at the beginning of the sound that I hear from an amplitude standpoint. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start, do some FM. And like I said, we have E. I'm going to engage E. It's going to be a harmonic series higher, one ratio tuning higher, which is going to give us that square wave relationship. I put the 30 in. We start to get a square wave harmonic series happening. Perfect. And now I just have to create, in FM, we don't have filters traditionally, right? We're only working with sine waves. That's how I like to do FM. And we don't have filters traditionally, so we need to use the FM to kind of create our spectral changes across time. And that's exactly what we're going to do with our operators here, our modulators. They're going to control the brightness and darkness of the wave across time. So in order to make this wave go from dark to bright over a short period of time, like the WOMP effect that's present, in the sound that we're modeling right now, we just need to create an envelope that's kind of be like a wow. It's going to go dark down here, wow, because we're a sine wave down here. Wow, we get brighter. Wow, and then we get darker as the frequency modulation index of E goes from, level 0, so we're at 0. Level should be 1. 1 times 30 is 30, so we're at 30 here. And then we go down, 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 multiply 0 times 30 is 0, and now we have just a sine wave again, which is F. And that's pretty much how FM works. You can hear a little bit of the wobble happening now, but I need to bring it out more. And with FM, I can't just go. I guess I kind of can. But with FM, I like to do it a lot more subtle. I'm just adding a release to match the F release here. With FM, I like to be a lot more subtle in my modulation. So I'm going to engage E here, and I'm going to throw it into F as well. And to make these operators link up really, really easy, I just need to go to the envelope page and select E, and then link it to D. And now D will have the exact same timbral envelope that's going to be affecting F. And now we're really starting to hear the timbre of the sound form. I'm just going to do it one more time with C. And I'm going to link the envelopes again. So now we have C, D, and E all functioning on the same amplitude envelope, which is actually functioning as a filter because it's more like a timbral envelope, changing the timbre of F. And now we have a really cool square wave structure happening with these cool peaks in the mid-range that are adding that those frequencies that are going to pop through and kind of give the sound a unique sound. Another thing I can do in FM8 that I might want to do here is actually key sync all my operators so that the phases are always in line, so that every time I trigger the sound, it's the same every time. That could just give me a cleaner sound here. So really the only other thing that I want to do here before I jump into the distortion is I want to engage B as to kind of be a sub-oscillator, because as you'll notice, the more FM we do, the weaker our fundamental gets. our fundamental frequency. And this is a bass sound after all, so we need that strong fundamental frequency. So I'm just going to add it back in with B. I need to make B the same ratio tuning as F, key sync it. And if I invert the sine wave on B with F, we'll get a stronger fundamental. Now I just need to link up the envelopes, right? Because they're both carriers, they're both functioning the same way. So I just take F, I click on F, and then I click on B with the link, and now F and B are linked. So what was happening there is the saturator was turned on. I'm sorry about that. The saturator is the final ingredient to creating this patch. So right now, if you have this algorithm set up with all the envelopes that we did and all the ratio tunings we did, which are pretty simple. So just, F and B are 0.5 with a nice little short amplitude envelope with a little release. F, D, and C are all 1 with the WOMP generator as their amplitude envelope. That's their function. And we get this sound. And what you'll notice about the sound, if we look at it from a frequency standpoint, is that we don't have any high frequencies minus this weird aliasing stuff above 1 kilohertz. So to add in those high frequencies and add a little weight to the sound and make it a little more interesting for our ears, we can do some analog clipping. And what you'll notice is going to happen when we do the analog clipping with Ableton Saturator here is that we're going to actually add in some of those missing harmonics. And this is present in the original sound. This slight buzziness on top of the bass is present in the original sound. All those harmonics get added in, and we get a much richer, kind of more focused sound here. We can improve this. The soft clipping actually, in my opinion, makes it sound a little bit better. It makes the distortion hit like a tiny bit harder and really brings the sound home, in my opinion. So the drive is at 11 decibels. Obviously the wet's all the way up. Looks like I took down the output a little bit, but really it's just about this analog clip and the soft clip on. And then you can adjust these this amplitude envelope however you'd like. And obviously E, D, and C are going to be our timbral envelopes. So C, D, and E are kind of like our filter, right? Last video I said, we break down the sound into timbre, filters, and envelope/modulators. So C, D, and E are our filters. B and E are just our carriers. They don't relate to that metaphor. Because C, D, and E are also like our timbral generators. They give us the square wave structure via the ratio relationship between F and the modulators. But that's pretty much the sound. Let me know if you have any questions. And here we are, off to the next one, record the next one.